Lee So-hee of Korea up against Febriana Kusuma and Amalia Pratiwi of Indonesia, who of course are going to get the same kind of backing as we saw for Maulana and Jamil in that last match. Well, you can see that 7 of the 8 seeds have survived in the women's doubles. It's that second match we're focusing on, and for the winners, well, it's either Liu and Tan or Kim and Kong, so no easy ride through to the showpiece match on Sunday. Got to get through this one first, obviously.
Yeah, the finalists here in the women's doubles will really have earned their place, and Baek and Lee must be heavy favourites. Certainly are in my mind. For this match, I mean, not necessarily to win it, although they have won it a couple of times, I think, Trevor, is that right?
Well, the last two, 2023 and last year. 2 of the 6 World Tour titles that they have won. Just the one previous meeting. It's in the group match, actually, at the World Tour Finals last December. Only took 37 minutes that day.
Serve or receive? Who to receive?
And I think Baek and Lee went on to win that as well, and the All England champions last year. So when 4 of their 6 are Super 1000s or World Tour finals, that's pretty amazing.
Baek and Lee currently ranked 3 in the world. They have been top of the shop, actually. That was in October of last year. There you see it. Asian Games champions 3 years ago. Got to the quarterfinals of the Singapore Open last week. We got to the final this year of the Orléans Masters. Yeah, they had a brilliant year last year. World Tour finals and the All England. And Lee So-hee, who is 31 next week. Been together for a couple of years, this pair. And hugely respected on the women's doubles circuit. They had a massive battle. You may have seen it with us yesterday against Rahayu and Setien Ingram. Nearly 100 minutes. And on the other side of the court, the Indonesian pair of Kusuma and Pratiwi. Kusuma, who's 24 now, just inside the top 10 they are as a pair. Actually been playing together for a long time, 6 years now as a partnership. Tiwi's a year younger than a partner. Won their first 2 World Tour titles last year. They actually lost in 4 finals before they finally got into the winner's circle, so to speak. Won the Australian Open and then the Taipei Open. It so often happens, you spend so long trying to win a title and then 2 come along at once, a bit like buses. That's their progress to this point. Took an hour to beat Azara and Rahayu yesterday. And Baek and Lee will obviously be favourites here, Bobby, but we did see yesterday that they sometimes they're a little defensive.
They certainly were yesterday. I mean, we tend to talk of them
Ready to play.
as quite an assertive pair, and I don't necessarily mean all-out attack, but they've come up against a number of other top pairs from around the world over the last few years, where we would describe, for example, certain Japanese pairs, other Korean pairs, a couple of Chinese pairs that are quite defensive-minded, and it makes Baek and Lee look aggressive, whereas actually they're very patient. I wouldn't call them defensive, but they are happy to defend because they back themselves and counter-attack really well. And that's what we saw yesterday, because Aprihani Rahayu and Setien Ingram were very aggressive, especially in that opening game. And I think Baek and Lee were brilliant to just stay solid, stick to their guns, and find a way through in the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Baek and Lee So-hee, Korea. And on my left, Febriana Dwikuchi Kusuma and Amalia Cahaya Pratiwi, Indonesia. Behana to serve to Febriana Dwi Kuchi Kusuma. Level. Play.
So here we go. Back to get us underway in this quarter-final.
One love.
Good shot.
Service over.
Really well placed.
1-0.
Second one into the body, just across Lee So-hee very slightly.
Expertly done by Kusuma.
Service over. 2-0.
Nice drop shot. Baek had to work really hard.
Three, two.
There's that fast serve again from Lee So-hee. We remember that from yesterday with the Indonesians. Wastes no time to get ready.
Service over. 3-0.
Well, I don't blame her for this. Sets up the rally nicely and was in a good position to hit that. Well, they're a very clever pair, these two. Yes, they've had a couple of mistakes, but the attack is very well placed. And there's that placement again. Going hard, then going across the body, and then getting a really good chance and finishing it across the forehand side of Baek. I think these two have learned that what they might not be able to do with power, which is get a weak reply, they can do with placement.
Good lead and a good start for the two Indonesians.
6-3.
I think as the pairs get used to the rhythm of the match, the pace coming from the opposition. We might see a few longer rallies later on.
7-3.
And again. Well, what a start this is for these two.
8-3.
Well, that's 2 rallies in a row. Baek uncharacteristically has played a poor shot in the mid-court. Has to either get the shuttle going down or get it past her opponents at the net.
But I told you that Kusuma and Pratiwi have been playing together for a long time. They actually won the silver medal in the girls' doubles at the World Juniors back in 2019. It's a challenge here.
Yeah, I was there. Kazan in Russia. And I think they helped their team that year also win the Sudirman Cup, which is the mixed team championships at junior level. That's the way
Challenge
out.
unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. 9-3. Play.
And that mixed team championships for juniors in 19 was special because China were heavy favourites, had won it so many times, a bit like the Sudirman Cup now. And Indonesia weren't really expected to win it. And it was one of the biggest celebrations I think I've ever seen in Russia that year.
Well, that's about the most attacking shot that either of the Koreans has played so far.
9.
Yeah, taking a leaf out of the Indonesian book. Yes, there was power here, but it was the placement across the body. Slightly unorthodox from Lee So-hee, which clearly took the Indonesians by surprise.
So that's 4 points in a row for the Koreans. That is loose though.
Service over. 10-7. Lee.
Great court coverage from the Korean pair. I can see Baek making all kinds of moves, trying to take the initiative. But the Indonesian defense like a brick wall.
11-7.
What a turnaround.
Yeah, the Koreans were trying to get their opponents out of position. In the end, it was exactly the opposite. The space to hit that winner into.
Baek with the wrong shot. She went too far cross, out of position. When you're in good position, you can go cross. That's the kind of textbook rule. When you're in bad position, your partner's out of the game. You can't do anything.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. 11-7. Play.
Been a bit of a topsy-turvy opening game, this. Almost like they're taking it in turns to get the initiative.
Well, this is about as good as I've seen Kusuma and Pratiwi play. It's a very thoughtful approach to the match. You can see they've spent a lot of time preparing how to beat this particular pair. They're certainly getting the better of the mid-court battles. Lee So-hee closed her eyes there and straight through a racket.
Service over, 8-13.
Good return of serve, gets the attack for the Indonesians straight away. Oh. What a net shot.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from Lee. Didn't have hardly any time to make a decision where to play that. And she found the perfect spot.
They were doing so well for so long. Yeah. I think I talked about it in the mixed, where the front person takes a shot and she's moving backwards, high up, reaching up. The chances of you getting good quality from that are slim. There you go, and sort of played it straight into Lee's hands. There are times when you should be proactive, and there are times when actually just by your movement you can be proactive and leave that shot for your partner.
9-13.
Too good there, though.
Service over, 14-9. Service over.
I like that.
10,
channeled attack.
14.
And Lee So-hee did too, because she hit the right smash to enable her partner Baek to take the return in the forecourt.
Well, they might be confident in their own defensive ability, Baek and Lee, but I'll tell you what, Kusuma and Pratiwi are giving them serious test at the moment.
Really up for this today. Managing the court, the rotation, keeping hold of that attack and being fast to the shuttle. They're working really hard here, both mentally and physically. So big respect to them and a fully deserved lead.
Service over, 11-15.
Well, there's no respite at the moment, none at all for Baek and Lee.
Service over,
Kusuma and Pratiwi
16,
are clearly no
11.
respecters of reputation. Pair that were ranked #1 in the world less than a year ago, being made to look a little ordinary at the moment.
Wow, net cord, what a retrieval there as well.
Service over, 12-16.
Well, a rally so short and full of action. The early stages were amazing. Baek was done initially, gets it back. They always find a way back, these two. That's what I find amazing. They may lose this opening game, but you can't give up hope on the Koreans because they always find a way back.
Yeah, well, they did yesterday, but they've got another tough test coming up today. If
12.
Kusuma and Pratiwi can hold their nerve here and take this opening game, which they should do from 17-12 up.
A headshot here on Lee So-hee. 10 points for accuracy.
Seventeen, 12.
Uncharacteristic mistakes in the Koreans' game in this opening game so far. Saw that yesterday actually a little bit, but to give huge credit to
Baek.
the two Indonesians. They've just been
Baek.
wonderful so far.
Lehana.
They've done all the hard work there as well. The Koreans squandered the miss.
Fantastic stuff, and the crowd is absolutely loving it.
19.
It's the performance of their lives so far. I've never seen them play this well. They're just picking Baek and Lee apart at times.
Well, that was a bit of a pressing, truth to tell.
13,
And
19.
one that Lee was never going to pass up.
What a superb drop shot.
14,
For all intents
19.
and purposes, the power was coming from Baek. Look at this body action, and then just takes the pace off. Lovely disguise. Sets it Lee really nicely. Oh. Body shot on whoever it was. I think that was a bit of retribution for Lee taking one in the head earlier.
Well, there was a hand of apology. There was any malintent.
Fabriano.
I think it was more of a wave, as in, I got you back. No, you're right. She did indeed apologise.
It wouldn't be very ladylike, that, would it?
Land. Fabiana.
Trying to slow down Lee So-hee
Lee.
because she is using that tactic this week,
up.
certainly, to try and unsettle opponents. Look how quickly she served then, for example, and her opponent makes a mistake.
19.
Great movement again from Baek and from Lee, who was covering. Indonesian counter-attack, or trying to. There we go.
What a pity it would end like that. Terrific rally.
16.
That was a
19.
pretty standard shot, really.
Yeah, it was gripping, wasn't it, start to finish. Couldn't get through either pair for so long and just sort of clear it out to let your opponents have a go. Well, we saw rallies yesterday in the Baek and Lee match, nearing 100 shots. We're only just over half of that in that rally.
Well, she gets through eventually. Fantastic play again. That's not from Pratiwi. And it brings up 4 game points
16.
for the unseeded Indonesians against the number 3 seeds.
So clever. Big attack. And then slightly weaker response, go across the body.
Service over.
Bit too eager, maybe.
17.
There. Eyes
20.
lit up. And it was hammered way beyond the back line.
Another attacking deadlock. Oh, that was lovely from Lee So-hee. What a shot, full of skill.
18, 20.
Took the smash and almost injected more pace in the defence.
Thank you. Play.
Well, they've been absolutely fantastic in this first game, and now they have got their reward. 21-18. Potentially a big shock on the cards here. They've already impressed earlier in the tournament. Now they've got the 3rd seed Koreans rocking. 21-18. 1-love, Kusuma and Pratiwi.
붙이는 거 그냥 캐치로 붙여주고 나가라고 좀 올려줘야 돼. 위에서 잡은 거는 쭉 연결해서 눌러주되 한 번씩 우리가 눌러놓고 공격 많이 하는 거 많이 뛰어야 돼. 막 짧게 숏 게임 막 빨리빨리 하려고.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Amalia. Second game, level play.
Well, we saw Baek and Lee come from a game down yesterday. Been asked to do it again here.
I just hope to see more of the same from the Indonesians. Not for the win necessarily. Obviously, I don't really mind who wins, but just the style of play. They're playing out of their skins right now.
Yeah, there were signs, weren't there, towards the back end of the first game that the Koreans were kind of coming back at them, but they just gave them too big a lead.
As always, that finish is going across the forehand of their opponents. Doesn't matter who. And they just build the attack, and then get one they think they can hit and recover from if it does come back.
Just missed the sideline. Well,
Easily challenges
just for a minute.
out.
Lee was asking Baek whether she thought they should challenge, and I'm not sure Baek was that keen on it. Looked wide to me, but they have asked Hawkeye to check.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's just wide, at least the cork of the shuttle. I think the feathers would have perhaps caught the line on the way through as it was going sideways.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 2-love. Play. Service over. 1-2.
Korean defence doesn't look quite as secure today as we've seen in the past, does it?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's the... they're taking a simple route in defence, for my liking.
Service over.
It's easy to hit the shuttle back the way it's come from. It's easy to hit the shuttle back straight. What the Indonesians are doing well is using angles, both in attack and defence.
Just long.
3-0. Fault.
Much better in defence.
4-3.
The cross-drive defence, this one, to get Pratiwi, I think, moving before she's in good position, or so that she's not in a good position. And then sensing that you've got a chance in the rally. Baek moved forwards. It was much better, that defence.
Service over. 4-0.
And again here, this backhand going cross. Baek's then late, and it opens up the chance to hit a cross Lee again. It's just brilliant. It's so clever.
Service over. 5-6.
Looked like they had a bit of a decision to make then. Good serve.
Completely caught unawares by the flicker. Kusuma.
What? How do they... I can't believe the Koreans gave that attack away.
And then he got it back.
6-0.
Very, very fortunate.
Yeah.
2 occasions.
Thank you.
Another Indonesian performance, full of emotion.
Fault.
Well, how many half chances have they missed now and let the Korean team straight back in?
6. Blank.
Part 2, 20 seconds. Part 2, 20 seconds.
Yeah, just trying to hit that a bit too hard, I think. Lost the control.
6.
Completely agree. Good crash defence from Pratiwi. Just getting in a bit of a tangle.
Complete lack of communication
10,
there.
6.
There's a yours, mine, sorry.
Yeah, I think Kusuma should have taken this.
Six points in a row for the Koreans.
3-1. Service over. 7-10.
perfect. Completely unawares there, Lee.
It's a really good idea to use the flick serve when you haven't for so long, isn't it? Patient build-up. There we go. Can't finish.
Yeah, terrific defence though from the Koreans. That's what we're used to seeing from them. And they so often find a way to win the break. And now they've got a bit of daylight. They'll make them favourites from here. 11-8, mid-game interval.
Magnificent defence. She's got such a lovely slice.
자다가 때렸을 때는 피크레가 뺐을 때 앞에를 그냥 피하는 거냐 걸어주는 거냐 그렇지. 하나야 여기서 쭉 올리시자. 위에서 잡는 거보다 툭 이렇게 공격 하는 거를 알겠지? 식상 아니고
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Four, players on court. Eleven, 8.
Service over. 6-4.
Play. Then, Amalia, you gotta get ready, Pico.
That's a brilliant backhand retrieval off that return of serve. Shame they couldn't keep it going.
8.
Well-placed first smash from Baek.
13, 8.
The 2 points went there just before the interval there. The Indonesian pair looked favourite to win the rally. Didn't win either, and now Koreans in control.
Service over. 9-13.
I think it's a massive credit to the Indonesians' attack. We've said how Korean defence doesn't look quite as solid as usual, and that's because of the placement we've mentioned by the Indonesians, making it awkward for Baek and Lee.
That was hit very, very hard.
10-13. Baek.
These rallies starting to take on a very similar look, aren't they? Non-stop Indonesian aggression. And they're giving the Koreans a real test of their well-known defensive prowess.
Credit to Pratiwi in the first instance, getting the smash in the right place. Again, we've said it so many times now that it forces a weaker reply, and Kusuma at the net could have taken over. good variation.
Well reached, though, twice by Baek.
There's nobody better in the world in defence like that. Baek picks up so much.
Saw a chance, and she was so quickly in there, Baek.
14-11. Change.
It's really only half an opportunity.
Yeah, she makes this look easy, and it really isn't. Counter-attacking instantly.
Over. 12-14.
Great sense of enjoyment Kusuma and Pratiwi are exhibiting here. If you can't enjoy playing on home soil in an atmosphere like this, you never will.
Well, she framed the first shot, the one popped up short. But the rally should have been finished earlier. Cord coming in to help. What a rally this is. Absolutely brilliant. Patience as well, I like it. Well, everything was going on. Momentum shifts and great shots. There's a bit of patience in there too as well. What a feeling that is as well, to hit the floor from there after a huge rally.
56 shots. Felt longer, actually. It was so captivating. And it's also kept this second game alive. Every time Baek and Lee think they've got themselves clear of these whippersnappers, Kusuma and Pratiwi, back they come.
She's just playing with a smile on her face here.
Service over.
Just a bit of adrenaline, I think, in that shot. Saw her eyes light up and just hit it way, way too hard.
Clever from Lee, she's done that twice. Tany's little change of angle at the last moment. Yeah, good stuff.
just long.
They were looking fairly calm in defence there, the Koreans. Unnerved. Just soaking up the pressure.
Eighteen, 14. Service over. 15, 18. Play.
And just a few of those.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable miss. Yes, they want to go across that body. It's given them so much success. But down the middle's also an option.
Lead.
And a much safer option.
The receiver is not ready.
Well, we talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, reasonable to expect the recipient to be ready when the server serves, but not necessarily as quickly as that. So, game points here, 5 of them to level. And it's not as if the Indonesians haven't had their chances in this game, because they definitely have. So the Koreans level up 21-16 in that second game. Just missed too many opportunities, the Indonesians, and Beckenley defensively looks a little more solid than they did in the first game, I thought.
Yeah, a little more solid and a little more proactive, using the width of the court and whipping the shuttle left and right, so that the attack wasn't so easy for the Indonesians in the second.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Successful, 1 minute remaining. Successful.
Final game. Level. Play.
That's bang the line. Can they get their level back to somewhere close to the way they played that first game? Because if they can, still give them every chance here.
Service over. 1-0.
New racket required. Well, she's back on Pratiwi. We've got away with it so far.
3-1. The racket is outside.
That was an impressive dash. Clean pickup. Being a relay team for stuff like that.
Oh. Three, one.
Easy put away. No problem at all. Just got to try and stay with these Koreans. Can't let them get away. They're very good front runners.
Another great rally.
Well rescued. Pratiwi did brilliantly there.
She did, and without even getting a length from that shot, the Koreans still couldn't finish.
Service over. 4-2.
Shades of yesterday's round of 16 match where Baek and Lee came through after dropping the opening game, and it was noticeable that their opponents yesterday seemed to almost lose power, just natural weariness really, and pretty much everything they threw at the Koreans came back.
Yeah, it was a long, long rally. We're getting pretty close to the hour mark, and they just ran the legs off Pratiwi in the end. 74 seconds as well, that rally. That's brutal.
Well, there's a soft one back for the Indonesians.
3-4.
Well, that was in by a very large margin.
5,
Complete misjudgment.
3.
Yeah, leaving that in hope, I think.
Six, 3.
How many times over the years do we see this from Baek and Lee? Long 3-game matches where they've got such calmness and resilience in these difficult moments. You compare that to the last couple of rallies from the Indonesians, who leaving shuttles that land in and hitting out the back with no real pressure. Such focus from the Koreans.
Seven, 3.
They just wear you down, practically, don't they? You hardly get a soft point from them. And it's such a struggle to get one through them.
Well, there's one.
Don't
see many, but that certainly was one. They have to be tired too, the Koreans, after a similar match yesterday, possibly even longer yesterday than I think this one will pan out to be.
Well, that's just pure reaction from Baek.
She had one chance, one shot that she could play. Crouched, almost on the floor. Somehow controls it. Good points. It's only going one way now, isn't it?
It has an ominous look from an Indonesian point of view.
Well, you can now understand the importance of winning that rally, that 81-shot, 74-second rally, and how heartbreaking it is if you lose it, and what happens if you lose it. This is a clear example.
Well, they're apparently storming away now. 11-4, the Koreans in front.
Coaches, return to your chair. Coaches, players on court. Febriana, Amalia. Eleven, 4. Play.
Serve was absolute perfection, and this game has been pretty close to perfection as far as Baek and Lee are concerned. They've just been ground down, and now you can just see a little bit of a slump in the shoulders.
It's becoming relentless as well, the last 5 minutes or so.
Out. 14-4.
Well, Baek and Lee pointing at something.
Over here is okay. Scoreboard is having an issue. Play on.
I think a place in the semis.
Well, how hard is it looking to get to the latter stages of this event? It's not been an easy road.
4.
Yeah, you look at some of the other pairs. I mean, we're about to start on one of the other courts, quarter-final between top seeds Liu and Tan and Kim and Kong, who were so good in Korea. Very high standard.
That's a good smash. Lee So-hee is becoming more and more accurate here.
Did well to actually reach that, Kusuma.
5-16.
Digging deep, Indonesians.
Previous point ended a 9-point winning run. 9 points in succession for the Koreans.
That was nice, this shot from Lee. Sets up the point. And straight down the middle. Same again, same again. Just tying up anything down the right body line, and they've targeted Pratiwi a couple of times. Gets a weaker reply. They were complimenting the Indonesian pair earlier on their accuracy, their placement, and now it seems that's the same compliment paid to the Koreans.
It's just so hard to keep the pressure on Baek and Lee, isn't it, for 2 games? It's seen yesterday and today, we'll do it for 1. But the amount that takes out of you, and then Lee and Baek just seem to they grow into the match. Fence gets tighter, and more attacking options as well.
Good work from Baek. Oh, on the back foot, the Koreans gambled. Got it wrong, they got away with it though.
Service over, 19-6.
Kusuma puts the attempted disguise into the net, and just a couple more points needed now for the number 3 seeds. So just the 14 match points.
6. Sola 7-20.
Well, that's why they're so hard to break down. Look at how much effort it took. Pratiwi initially, a really hard smash to get one loose reply that Kusuma could finish.
Fault game.
Well, it all started so well, didn't it, for Kusuma and Pratiwi. They took the opening game and took it really well. But the cream generally rises to the top, and it's another exceptional comeback from Baek and Lee. It wasn't really competitive, that decider. 21-7, and in double quick time as well. And they will take
Match
some beating, you
won by
fancy.
Mehana and Liso
Into the semis,
18-21,
and they wait to see who they will meet. Either
21-7.
way, it's going to be a tough one, but a very watchable game lies ahead tomorrow. That was the final point of the match. And I think Kusuma and Pratiwi will be maybe a little bit down, but I think they can take a lot of credit from the way they played early in this contest.
Yeah, I think so too. And you described it earlier really, really well. They can't keep up the level of intensity that it takes to break down a pair like Baek and Lee over 3 games. So solid and well-deserved in the end.
The Koreans win 18-21, 21-16, 21-7, just 18 minutes that last game. On court for 66 minutes. Our continuing coverage of the 2025 Indonesia Open. Had some fantastic crowds in over the last few days. They're only going to get bigger as we head towards the weekend. And we have reached our 5th match of the day, and it's the women's singles, an all-Chinese quarter-final this one. Gao Fengjie up against Wang Ziyi, the number 2 seed. This is the women's singles draw. What a semi-final in store tomorrow. An Se-young against Akane Yamaguchi. Now, Han Yue has got through to the semi-finals because Chen Yufei has withdrawn. We think an ankle injury, but that's a great pity because the way she was playing, it was all set up for a potentially huge